back to my channel. Thank you so much for deciding to join me. In today's video, we are actually playing with a beauty sponge. That is why I have no makeup on my face besides my eye makeup. I know I'm breaking out. It looks bad, but we are going to fix that. So we're going to be using this makeup sponge from Stands Out Beauty. And this is supposed to be a like memory foam type of sponge. I know when I felt it when I did my PR unboxing, I got this last week, and it literally feels like a marshmallow. And it's a really, really cool shape. It's a diamond shape, and it's supposed to be really, really good for applying your foundation and concealer. So we're gonna try it out in today's video. If you guys are ready to go ahead and get started, let's get into it. Review to do like a really quick kind of fun different review for my channel. I don't typically do like kind of weird items. Not that this is a weird item, it is a sponge, but I don't typically do like those best sponge ever. Like that's not really the videos that are my vibes, but I'm really curious about this one and I really want to try it. So this is from Stands Out Beauty Company. You can purchase this on their website. It is $20, so it's pretty pricey. It is about the same price as the Beauty Blender is, and let me show you guys what it looks like. So it is a larger sponge. So here is what it does look like. It is in a diamond shape. So on the one side we have this flat edge that's really kind of curved actually, and then we have two other sides on the side here, and then we have this edge here. So we have a lot of different areas that we can work with. And when I'm reading on the back, it's saying that you should use this side for your foundation. It says to roll your foundation in, so we're gonna try that. And then you can use this side, the triangle, to go ahead and do your concealer. And then you're supposed to use this flat edge side to kind of bake out your contour, or use it for cream contour, whatever you wanna do with that. So that's what we're gonna try. It does say that you can use this wet or dry. And it does say that to use it damp for the first 3 to 5 uses, and then after that water is optional. So I am going to wet it for today's video, and then I'm also going to try it the next few days with it dry and see how it works. So the consistency of this, like if I were to explain to you guys what this feels like, it literally feels like a marshmallow. Like if you are making s'mores on your bonfire, that is exactly what this feels like. It literally feels like I'm squishing a marshmallow. That's what it reminds me of. So I don't know. I'm just kind of really curious to see how this does work, if it's going to absorb the product and how it's going to apply it to our skin. It says it's supposed to give like a flawless, streak-free airbrush finish to your complexion. So let's go ahead and try it out. So for a primer, I'm going to go in with my favorite from Origins. This is the Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. I love this so much. I feel like it does a really good job of just like filling the pores, giving you a smooth base, and it also is really cooling, so it feels really nice on the skin. And I'm just basically applying this all over. I do have a large breakout here and also something going on here. I don't really know what's going on. I feel like I must have had a reaction to something I tried, so bear with me. I know it looks ugly, but we will cover it soon. For my foundation, I wanted to use one of my absolute favorite foundations just so I could know how it works with one of my favorites. So this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. I did add a pump to mine. I actually took it off one of my CoverGirl foundations and added it on. It fits pretty well. I mean, it's not the best fit. You can see there's a little bit of gapping, but it works. So I'm just gonna actually wet this really quick, and then I'm gonna get started. All right, so I did wet this a bunch. I put it under the water a lot of times, so it doesn't really feel any different when it is wet. So we'll see if it's something that you can actually use dry like they say. That would be awesome. I feel like wetting a beauty sponge, like wetting my beauty blender in particular, it always seems like such a chore because I do get ready in my makeup room and I have to go to my bathroom to wet it and then come back. So I feel like I just like the idea of using something dry. So if this is something I can use dry all the time, that would be great. It does say that you can use this up to 6 months, so it is supposed to last a long time, which is nice. So I did go ahead and apply some to the sponge. Typically I would apply it on my hand and then use the sponge, but I'm gonna try it this way and see how it works. I feel like because this is such a big sponge, it's definitely applying the product to my whole face, which is nice. So this is definitely something that's gonna be fast. Like if you're in a hurry and you wanna just hurry up and apply your foundation really fast, I feel like I would totally use this because it literally did my whole face in like 2 seconds. Did put 2 pumps on this, but I think we're gonna have enough to do my entire face if I am not mistaken. I feel like it's gonna be enough, which is surprising because I would have thought that it would have absorbed a lot, but I think it's actually not absorbed that much. And it's doing a pretty good job of blending. I feel like it looks actually really nice. I'm kind of surprised. Not that I thought it was gonna be a bad product, but I don't know. I didn't know what to think of it just based upon the texture of it. I will say it works really nice for the neck too, and I'm basically just pinching this and running it down. But I feel like since it's such a big area, like it's really, really fast. Also, because of the material, I can really use my finger to kind of guide it. So I'm getting like those in between my nose spots that are hard to get with a beauty blender. I feel like they are pretty easy to get because you can kind of navigate it where you want it to go. So for my concealer, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I have been trying this out lately. Still haven't really decided how I feel about it, but I'm still kind of reviewing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the triangle side. I'm gonna do one eye at a time and see how this is for doing my concealer. Wow, that actually blended it out really nicely too. And it's actually nice because that tip right there is making it pretty easy to get around the wing that I do have and also get really close to the eye area. And also like that inner spot that I always have those dark circles there, I feel like it's really easy to get in there. That blended out really, really nicely. So now I'm gonna take the other triangle side. I'm gonna use that for powder because it did say you could use it for powder. And I'm just gonna go into my ColourPop No Filter powder. I'm just pressing this into my skin here. We'll see how it works for applying a powder. Typically for my powder, I don't use a damp sponge. I typically will go in with a dry sponge. So we'll see how this looks. So to give you guys like a close up here, that did a really good job. Like I don't have hardly any creasing. Like there is a tiny, tiny bit right here. But typically for how I apply my powder, I have a lot more creasing than that. I'm pretty impressed. I feel like I liked it for the powder. I cannot believe how good my under eyes look. Like there is hardly any creasing there. There's like the tiniest bit. Normally I have this whole fold here is completely creasing. So that has me really, really excited. I am excited to try it out with the rest of my products. I think I'm gonna try and see how it will work for doing like my baking. So I'm gonna go ahead and, use it to bake with. Which side? This side here. And see how it does work for that. So let me go ahead and apply the rest of my face and then I'll come back for the baking. So I did go ahead and apply the rest of my face makeup. I used all products from Benefit. So I used the Dandelion Twinkle Highlight, the Dandelion Blush, and then the Hoola Bronzer. And now we're gonna go ahead and carve out our cheekbone here with some translucent powder. For that, I'm just gonna use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I am gonna turn it to this side here, and I'm gonna see how this works to carve out our cheekbone area. So I did get a decent amount of powder on here, and I'm just gonna try and tap a little bit of it off because that seems like a lot. So because this is curved, it should fit perfectly right for our cheekbones. So I'm just gonna stamp it. That's actually really nice because it does like that whole area like in one swipe there. Wow, okay, so let's go ahead and do the other side. I think for that side I didn't have as much powder as the first time, so I'm just gonna go back over that one a little bit. All right, so while I was waiting for that to bake, I did apply a lip color. I used the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stainable, and now I'm gonna go ahead and dust away the baking. All right, so now that we are all done, let's get into my final thoughts. I feel like my skin looks actually really good. I feel like it did a really good job of blending everything out. I liked it for applying the powder. I thought it was great for that. I also liked how little of a product I did use. It didn't end up absorbing a lot. Normally, I use more than 2 pumps for my whole face. I typically use like 3 to 4. So I do feel like we actually saved a bit of product, and we just applied it directly on there. So I bet I would save even more if I did put it like on my hand. But I really liked how easy easy it was with this large like base like this, how easy it was to apply it all over my face. I also feel like with the curves, it was really easy to get around the wing and to also get like in my nose area. I feel like it was really easy because you could apply the pressure. I feel like this is a pretty nice sponge. I don't know, I'm gonna be using this one a bunch more. I do wanna really quickly clean it so I can see how easy it is to clean. It does say to clean it daily. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it really quickly, show you guys when I come back how clean it does get, just so we have that so we know. All right, so I'm back and it is actually pretty clean. So I ended up using the Swirl and Sparkle. This is a brush cleanser that I do use for my beauty blenders. And here is what it does look like. It got almost 100% clean. There are a few spots up here. I probably could have got them out if I worked a little bit harder, but it definitely came clean and it looks like there isn't really any bacteria in it. It was super easy, no tears or anything. So I think that this is a definite yes for me. I think I'm gonna be using it a bunch and I'm really excited about it. So I, of course, will have it linked down below if you guys wanna check it out, but I definitely think that this sponge is pretty good. I feel like I'm really impressed. I have no complaints with it whatsoever. I will continue to use it and of course let you guys know going forward if I do replace it instead of my beauty blender. That is going to do it for this review. Let me know what you guys think down below of this little guy. Will you be picking it up? What's your favorite sponge that you do have? Do you use a beauty blender? Do you have another sponge that you love? I would love to know down in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, friends.